Ayo, Chet.
Hey, Vega.
What's up?
So,
So
yeah,
why don't you tell us about how great this game is?
I'm just so confused, man. I'm already on my crusade against games that are open world, because everything's open world now. Metro is open world. And it's like, this is Ubisoft's fault. But then they just tell like younger me, yo, Ubisoft is going to make a great Mario game. Like, imagine telling your old self that. You would laugh that guy out of the fucking room.
I would. Don't you ever come back here.
Never talk to me or my son again.
You are shunned.
This game is good. And I haven't... Alright, so immediately, like everyone says, and yes, it is like XCOM Mario, but that doesn't mean it's for kids. It is a solidly challenging game. I've never played XCOM, but I've seen XCOM. This is a great XCOM with Mario. And everything about this is wrong and doesn't make sense. The Rabbids. So that's what they decided to bring up. They said, this big crossover. We're going to have Mario, the pinnacle of all mascots, and Rabbids, who are essentially the video game equivalent of minions.
Yep, pretty much. They are the minions.
And you go back and you look through the Rabbids titles as Rayman very slowly got moved out of the way for these guys and their games for children. And all of them are not great, and they're stupid and annoying, and somehow this game is like, this is amazing. This is perfect. I was annoyed for them for like maybe 10 minutes during like the initial cutscene. And after that, like, this is fantastic. Why wasn't this done sooner? Because, well, they made the Rabbids make sense in this universe because they're just stupid characters and they're messing up the Mushroom Kingdom. And that's the entire story. Is there's this like an inventor makes these combining glasses things, this like visor that can combine two objects, and then the Rabbids, they mess it up, and then all the Mario stuff and all the Rabbids stuff gets combined. Boom, Mushroom Kingdom with Rabbids. And it's pretty fun. The main antagonist, minor spoilers, is actually Bowser Jr., who's kidnapped a rabbit that has a new version of the visor in the game, and the only way to make everything back to normal is to get that rabbit with the visor. So you gotta keep chasing after Bowser Jr.
Wow.
And it just was...
None of that premise makes sense.
Well, you gotta use the visor to uncombine the stuff. It can combine, it can uncombine, it's the only way.
My god.
I still don't know how they're gonna do it, but, like, I expected something simple, but it's complex. So you have up to 8 playable characters, or maybe 9. I'll check later. And they all have solid skill trees. And you gotta be careful where you invest your experience points into. Early on into it, I made a big mistake because I thought the experience points were pooled and that you had to assign them carefully to each character. Now every character actually gets their own experience points pool for their own skill tree. So you can set different things for different specialities. You can have... Each character does have their own strengths. Playing as Mario, his strongest attack is jumping on people's heads, of course.
Classic.
That's what you do is you line up characters, and your character will also go to them and use that for a jump to go onto another character. And some of them can fight, but Mario, he can stomp people.
Oh wow!
With that, because he's Mario. That's his main job.
That's his thing.
And okay, then you get Rabbid Peach, not regular Peach, Rabbid Peach, and she's essentially the healer. And you get Rabbid Luigi, who is kind of like a debuff wizard, I guess.
Huh. It's a strange role.
Actually, I don't remember that much about Rabbid Luigi because I didn't play as him that much. I apologize to real Rabbid Luigi out there. Your character sucked. People don't know about this, but there was a guy who called himself Rabbid Luigi on the internet way before this game was a thing.
Really?
Yeah. Nintendo flew him to Japan and did all this stuff for him just because he had that nickname online for so long.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I moved on. I got other characters. I got Luigi, who is a badass sniper.
Huh.
Yeah, he's good. He's also good at really running long distances, which has always been his power in the other Mario games.
Yeah.
And then recently I got Rabid Mario, who is like a kind of like the tank character. He's got a bunch of, buffs for characters and debuffs against other attacks. And it's complex. It's involved. These battles, I've only completely lost a couple times, like twice so far in my run, but I've only been up to like probably the end of World 2. But there's been many games where I've just barely scraped by. Like, it's been a very tough battle, and I come through with like just hair's breadth.
Damn.
Also, there's a shitty part where you have to escort Toad to a location because everything has to have escort missions and ruin everything.
Is there a follow button?
No, it's even worse because you gotta tell him where to move, and he has no moves whatsoever, so he can't do any of the super jumps. He can't go anywhere. He has to be hidden, and since it's a turn-based thing, you move, then they move. Hiding him alone sometimes is not enough because some of the enemies will go and find him and attack him. So you need to like get his ass out of danger fast. Do whatever you can from other characters to try to draw him away. Actually, Rabid Mario makes that good because he has a special ability that draws people to attack him. There's also other characters who will be immediately drawn to attack you during your turn if you attack them. Wow. So there's a lot of tactics. It's insane. It's so in depth. I'm confused. I don't know it's real anymore. Ubisoft made a great Mario game.
Hey man, I told you, Ubisoft is like the sleeper, like powerhouse as far as good quality games. Yeah, like we rip on them a lot because they put out so many good games that they're bound to make ridiculous mistakes.
They're easy to make fun of, but they know what they're doing.
Yep.
Wildlands is still the #1 seller of all time right now. Not of all time, it's the year. Go ahead and look it up. I don't care. Only the facts.
So let me ask, right? Like, you've obviously played games like this before.
I really haven't that much.
Okay,
not enough.
So do you think that is it possible that we're suffering from the Mario and Nintendo syndrome, where like Mario's name on anything immediately makes it good?
Well, everyone likes the XCOM games, and the XCOM games are also good. All of them. Well,
yeah.
Well, except for the spin-off where you don't do the XCOM things. Remember that?
Yeah.
XCOM Declassified or something? Whatever.
Oh,
no, it wasn't. It's the Bureau. That's what it was.
The Bureau, yeah.
But it's not the Bureau because that game doesn't exist. But, yeah, there is a Mario effect to it, but at the end of the day, there is so much pure focus on gaming. There aren't these big, long cutscenes and all this drama. You just have a game put in front of you 90% of the time with any Mario title. And that's just it. It just speaks to the skill they put into this game where they just let Mario be Mario. They have the Rabbids in the Mario world, and everything still makes sense.
That's one thing I've always loved about like Mario games. Like, I'm not a fan of Mario. Right, personally, I'm like, the hype is too big. I don't get it, but I do get it because Mario games are fun. They're just mind-numbingly fun. Like, there's no incredible plot you have to keep up with. There's no like ridiculous amount of puzzling or like accuracy that has to be taken into play. You don't have to be super smart to get any of the content. It's just sit down and play this game, which is why I was excited for Mario+Rabbids, because honestly, when I play a lot of tactical games. Like I'm awaiting.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna sit down and relax on this game. You are gonna be on the edge of your seat.
but in a fun way. Like,
yes.
In a very tactically fun way. So that's one of my things, like Valkyria Chronicles, for example, right? Not Valkyria Revolution. That game was trash. Valkyria Chronicles was a tactical game, much like XCOM, much like Fire Emblem, much like Advanced Wars. Like, these are all games that I love. Like, I love those games because I love being able to tactically play. I cared about the Valkyria story because it was fantastic. Fire Emblem story, didn't really give a shit. I just wanted to play the missions. Advanced War, I don't even know if it had a story. I just remember playing and having the time of my life. There was one on PSP called Field Commander. Like, I don't give a crap about the story in any of these. So that's why I was like, oh shit, Mario has a tactical game. This is going to be hilarious because it's a very colorful tactical. It's XCOM in color. It's
like
all.
the guns, even every gun that every character gets is unique and interesting and good with, the Mario aesthetic. I'm gonna sound like a shill for this, but the DLC, the pre-order DLC or whatever it is, I got it even though I didn't pre-order. You get this pixel pack where you get all these like 8-bit style guns. They're all blocky, kind of like a Minecraft sort of thing. They help you out because they're just a little bit more powerful than your starting weapons. See, in most games, when you get DLC, I wrote about this on hardmodegamers.com. You can check it out. But most DLC is like, oh, you got a skin for your gun. Oh, you got this gun that's the exact same as another gun with a different design.
Yeah.
No, you're actually getting a slight, not a huge advantage, but a slight starting advantage.
Okay.
You're being given a decent weapon that's a little cut above what you start with for every character, because it was supposed to be like 6 to 8 weapons, and it's one for every character. When you unlock that character and you get that gun, it's like, oh, I could do one of these guns, or I could do this one because this one's not bad at all.
Right.
They even did the DLC right. What is happening?
EA is really good for that with Need for Speed, where like when you get the DLC car packs, they're not just reskin cars. Like they have a little bit extra fine tuning. The downside is you can't really do much to make them better. But they do give you a slight edge in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, this one, there's not a whole lot to upgrading your guns. You just swap out better guns as you go, and you use coins to pay for them. And then the rest of that is just earning experience from the battlefield and setting that to all of your character skill trees. It's just a damn good tactical game with Mario.
Do you get coins from breaking bricks?
Sometimes.
Dope. Perfect. That's all I needed. So like it sounds like a lot of praise and everything. I know you're still finishing the review, right? That should be up. It should be up in a few days. So what don't you like about it?
Let's see. I don't know. I don't care for the music that much.
Okay.
But it's not bad music. I just don't care for it. The music is this. I don't know. Younger me would hate myself for saying this. It's chamber orchestra music of Mario songs. So it's just very joyful, glee-filled, colorful wind and string ensembles, small ensembles, playing these cool versions of like the Castle song from Mario 64, and several others. But it sounds okay, but I want a more engaging soundtrack. But that's me really nitpicking, because the sound itself is great.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really complain about is there's mini games where you find these blue cannons, and it fires you into those tunnels. And because it's like not grid based, it's isometric. Because it's isometric and you're playing with a controller, and the controller is a loose joystick, some of the sections get really hard to navigate because you have to pick up so many blue coins within a certain amount of time. And it starts to get frustrating because it's hard to get your characters run around following Beepo, a robot who helps you out. So he's your front man. And you'll run around and you'll steer him, but steering him feels a little too loose for some of those puzzles, especially because where you gotta be standing to push objects, there's a contextual push button, but you gotta be standing like perfectly behind it to push stuff. So occasionally, in situations either where you have to sit down and figure out a puzzle in the overworld, or when you're in one of these timed dungeons, it gets to be a bit of a pain in the ass because it's a little too strict on where you need to be standing to push a brick.
It's like doing a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Not really. You got to be more precise with where you're standing. They could patch that though. Like if there's any complaints, gonna say, but give a bigger hitbox for me to be able to push a brick because it's too small. I gotta be like directly behind it, directly there. Even like and again, steering. So when I'm steering the characters towards the coin, sometimes I gotta like jiggle the joystick a little bit because it's not precise enough. And sometimes I can miss out on coins because of that. It's not a problem when you're in combat because it's turn-based, but those sections are kind of annoying. So there you are. There are my nitpicks.
Okay. So it sounds like this game is has a lot of great going for it and pretty much nothing wrong.
It's like gonna be like anywhere between 8 to 10. I gotta get further into the game, but
to really make sure.
I love the Switch so much, man. I've thought of what has interested me the most this year. You know, it's 2/3 of the way over. About.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
Probably.
like I was sold on a Switch almost from the beginning. Like I just needed to see a little bit more in the catalog. But that's not what this is about right now. So
I have. I'll just say this quickly though. All right, so I'm playing Mario+Rabbids right now. That's the game I'm supposed to be playing. I always have the game I'm supposed to be playing for review. Then I have the other games I play for fun. When I'm not playing Mario+Rabbids, I'm still playing Zelda.
Wow.
Because I was late to get that one, because I wasn't one of the people who got the Switch on launch. And I'm playing that. And then, when I'm done that, the next game I gotta finish was Sonic Mania, which I also have on the Switch. And that's a game I gotta finish. So, like, as far as I'm concerned right now, every game I want to be playing, or am playing right now, is a Switch game.
Wow. That's impressive.
Nintendo is doing it right.
They
have some magic right here. Don't spoil it. It's so good.
If they can continue getting the third-party support that they're getting, like we just saw Skyrim got a release date, we just saw that Wolfenstein and Doom are coming to Switch.
Oh, so excited!
So it's definitely a powerhouse console. I'm excited for it. I guess final question, right? It's obviously you love it, right? It's obvious that it's a recommend. So I guess the real big question: Game of the Year contender?
Possibly, actually. I didn't even think about that yet. But at least in the top 5, yeah, I'm going to say so.
All right. Wow.
Maybe, I don't know. There's so many good games. There's so many other games. We may need a top 10, but we're spoiled for choice.
It has been almost, I'm almost 100% correct with this. It's been almost 15 years since the last time a Mario game won Game of the Year. Not Game of the Year in its category, but Game of the Year.
Game of the Year period. Wait, but who? From who? Like we're not talking about Spike, are we? Are we talking about?
Yeah, going all the way back to the good old Spike days.
Good old Spike days.
Good old Spike days.
The Video Game Awards are still a nightmare.
I know they could do so much better, but that's interesting. So, wow. So right now, Game of the Year contenders are Mario, at least in the hard mode gamer perspective.
Nintendo game, and
Zelda,
Sonic.
Mario, Sonic, Horizon. Oh my God, that's incredible.
So new IPs and everything. It's been a 2017. You've been great to us,
gamers.
All right. So, with that said, do we have any questions for our listeners?
Yeah, like, what is your favorite tactical game? Scratch that. Is this the first tactical game you're playing and why? Right? Like, is Mario strong enough to bring back the tactical genre?
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited because I feel like other companies are going to misconstrue the success of Mario+Rabbids, and we're going to get a crap ton of these games, like, of all sorts. We're going to get the Avengers tactical game.
The industry's on a 3-year delay. They only learn their lesson 3 years after it's been taught to them. So maybe down the line they will.
Yeah, but at least
it took a long time for open world games to do it.
It's because there's a 3-year delay because that's how long it takes to develop a game.
Yeah.
But you're right. So like 2017, so like 2020 won't be the year of open world. It'll be the year that every single franchise we know has a tactical version of something. Some sort of tactical spin-off.
Who knows?
And I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to say this is my first solid tactical game experience, and I like it. So, what's your favorite tactical game? Did it get you to play Mario? Comment below. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to smash the like button, the subscribe button, whatever positivity button is availability, you smash that button. Hard mode.
Alright, and that was fun. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.